If I don't get the transplant, essentially, I'll pass away, whether it's, 3 months from now or 12 months from now.
And what happened last Friday the 13th? What were you told?
Friday the 13th, I was called by the transplant coordinator in Denver at the University of Colorado Hospital, letting me know that they were postponing, they didn't say canceling, but they were indefinitely postponing any elective procedures, any elective surgeries until the outbreak gets a little more under control.
From the moment of his birth in 1987, Zach Branson has struggled with a rare disease that causes bile to back up in his body, slowly devastating his liver. In May 2019, after 3 decades of repeated health scares and unlikely recoveries, time was finally running out. He needed a new liver. Soon. Late last month, he got the news he was waiting for. Doctors had found a live donor, Zach's uncle Troy.
It was pretty amazing to be able to get the living donor transplant, because I thought that wasn't going to be an option. And then the fact that it was my uncle, the chance of rejection is a little less when you've got a liver coming from someone that has roughly the same genetic makeup as you.
Zach's uncle had passed all required tests, and doctors at the UC Health University of Colorado Hospital in Denver would remove part of Troy's liver and implant it in his nephew, potentially adding years to his life. The operation was scheduled for March 25th, and then coronavirus happened and the surgery was postponed. Without a transplant, Zach said his surgeon told him last week that he might only have about 30 to 45 days to live.
I feel everything's happening the way it should be. I mean, I definitely would not have wanted to have gotten up to Denver and had this transplant and my uncle be recovering up there for, potentially a week, and then him getting infected because his immune system is a bit compromised as well while he's recovering.
As coronavirus has spread, hospitals across the country have begun limiting elective surgeries, disrupting the lives of thousands of people who normally would benefit from more aggressive medical intervention. The strain on hospital resources could be particularly devastating for the tens of thousands of Americans awaiting new organs. In a statement to NBC News, Dr. Elizabeth Pomfret, the chief of transplant surgery at UC Health, confirmed that the hospital had suspended some transplant surgeries. After careful consideration and consultation with the majority of transplant programs across the country, UC Health University of Colorado Hospital is putting our living donor liver and kidney transplant program on hold for 2 weeks, in keeping with the recommendations reflecting the national pandemic. In the meantime, Zach and his family are preparing for an uncertain future.
Personally, with my liver disease and the transplant process and everything surrounding the medical care system right now, kind of proactively preparing for in-home hospice care in the event that I may need that pain management or palliative care at the end of my life. This waiting now definitely feels much different, but I feel at the same time the last 33 years of the different types of waiting and being in limbo essentially is kind of been training for what has been coming up now. The things that really give me joy would be gardening, the sun. I really enjoy sunshine. That's why I live in Western Colorado. My family, my niece and my sister, those things probably give me the most joy. I believe how I managed to not be angry and frustrated through all of this is my awareness and knowledge of the power of heart-to-heart fields, the way our own emotions can affect those around us. And if I were upset and angry and mad all the time, that's only going to make the people around me just as mad, if not madder, and angry and frustrated, which only would just be a huge cyclical cycle of anger. So it's essentially got to stop somewhere. It's all just a ride, and there's really nothing to fear. You know, people have it better and people have it worse. There's always a middle ground. Try and find that balance between good and bad, and I think you'll find the way.